Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to this new lesson of computer science for your O2 syllabus of paper 2. Today we are going to start a new pre-release material since we have completed our previous pre-release material in the last lesson, and today we are moving to another pre-release material that is from the May-June 2019. And you will be glad to know that this is going to be the last pre-release material that we will discuss, solve, and execute it in our online classroom session. And once we complete this last pre-release material, then we will switch to our new topic, and that new topic will be flowcharts and algorithms. I'm sure you remember that topic we covered a while back in the classroom when there was no COVID, and now we will retake that discussion after we are done with this last pre-release material. So coming back to it, here you can see on the screen there is May-June 2019 paper, and we move on to its page number 2, which always contains the question paper of pre-release material. Here you can see that. And before we move into the task 1, 2, and 3, let's discuss the scenario of this pre-release material. This pre-release material is based on an auction house which sells the used items of the people on Sunday only. The people, uh, the window is closed, so let me first share you that question paper again. Here it is. The people go to that auction house from Monday till Saturday and submit their items to them for which they want to sell them. They give them their product, and they also inform them that what is their reserve price to sell that item. By the reserve price, we mean that the minimum price the owner decides for the product to sell. Suppose I take my used cycle on Tuesday to that auction house, and there I ask them that I want to sell it for $20 or more. That demand of $20 is called as the reserve price. I give that bicycle to that auction house, and the auction house keep on collecting all different kinds of items for 6 days of the week, and on Sunday they put them all on a real time display in their hall where the people visit them and see those items, and every item has written tag for the reserve price of it. The first thing is that the auction house cancels an auction on Sunday if they have gathered less than 10 items during the week. So if they have gathered 5 items, they will postpone that auction for the Sunday and keep those items either for the next Sunday or return them to their owner. The second thing is they don't charge any cost for those items which were not sold on any particular Sunday, and they return those items to the owners, or they keep them for the resale on the next Sunday. And those items which are sold on a particular Sunday, they charge 10% extra over the sale price, and that 10% is the income of that auction house. Every buyer is pre-registered with them. A new person cannot come directly and start buying the new items or start bidding for them. A person must enroll itself as a buyer before the Sunday, and then only he is allowed to come on that auction day. So these are some initial features about this situation, and now we will read the 3 paragraphs which are on top of the page. An auction company has an interactive auction board at their sale rooms. This interactive auction board is aimed as it shows the name of the items, their item number, their reserve price, and other details. Every visitor in the hall can see on the screen that product number 7 is the cycle, and then he can move to the 7 number table where he can see the cycle, which allows buyers to place bids at any time during the auction. Auction day is suppose Sunday, and the auction time is starting from the 9 a.m. and it goes up to the 5 p.m. in the evening. Before the auction starts, the seller place their items in the sale room with a unique number attached to each item. Every item is given a number, and in the bracket, item number means that we should use this name in our programming to declare the variable that stores the item number. The following details about each item need to be set up on the interactive auction board. He says before the auction day, some computer operator in that auction house inputs these details into their system or the software for every item, and it covers the item number, the number of bids is actually the number of times someone has proposed a price for that product. That is called a bid. Description of that item is stored in the variable description, and the reserve price, as I have already told you. Then he mentions that the number of bids is initially set to 0. Yes, that is correct, because when the auction starts at 9 a.m., every item has 0 offers. That is why at the start of the auction, every item should have the value 0 stored in the number of bids for that product. Maybe at the end of the day, we can see that which item was of the most demand, and we see that there was a used guitar. It received 30 offers, and that 30 is shown in the number of bids for that item. During the auction, buyers can look at the items in the sale room and then place a bid on the interactive auction board at the sale room. That is right. First, they see the items and then they decide if they want to buy it. Each buyer is given a unique number of identification. Say one person has the buyer number of 2021, and how it came, it is not included in the coding of this pre-release material. All the buyers are pre-registered. The only thing is we will use the variable name as shown in the bracket, that is buyer number, and this will be used to store a person's unique buyer ID. All the buyer needs to do is enter their buyer number. No need to name the buyer. Only the buyer number is required, then the item number for which he wants to buy, and his offer. His offer is technically called as bid. Their bid must be greater than any existing bid. Of course, offer should be greater than the reserve price, and also if there is already an offer, the new offer should be greater than the old offer. And the last paragraph, at the end of the auction, the company checks all the items and marks those that have bids greater than the reserve, and a status is added to that item as sold. And those which received no offer or whose offer was less than the reserve price, those items will be declared as unsold. Any item sold will incur a fee of 10%. An additional 10% of the sale price will be charged to be paid to the auction company, and that will be the income of the that setup of auction house. So this is the scenario. Then we come to the tasks 1, 2, and 3. We scroll down a bit, and there are 3 tasks, as you have seen consistently that every pre-release material has 3 tasks. We will start with the task number 1 now. I read the requirements for every item in the auction. The item number, the description, and the reserve price should be recorded. He says, for all the items collected in the 7 or 6 days, assign 3 values for each item. That will be performed with the help of a loop. And then he says the number of bids is set to 0 at the start of the auction, and there must be at least 10 items. This is the task number 1, and now we will discuss the solution and coding, that how we will do the task number 1.